Defense, attack, I don't think any of that matters. So I don't know. And you can see, like, the attack isn't part of this either, because of course it counts as infantry. So I don't know, it's hard to compare one to the other, but I don't think you generally are going to use the armored cars for regular attack. Okay, we do have some more factories. We have to keep going for infantry equipment. We just have to. That's done over here. We're not doing that yet. 37, it's a little early for this. I think we're going to start on an air doctrine. Yes, there are armored car recons versus cavalry recon. When you go and you design your divisions, we want to add recon. You can see we can do... so regular recon is now just called cavalry recon. Then there's motorized recon, armored recon, light armored recon. So you have a little bit more flexibility as to which recon unit you want to use, depending on what parts you want to use and how much you care about, hardness and piercing and different stuff. So there are different variants of the recon units. That is true. Can you use them for regular attack? Yeah, I think you can just make divisions with them. Yeah, absolutely. No field hospital recon? All right, let's talk about the air doctrines. Theoretically, in flavor, strategic destruction is about using strategic bombers. Battlefield support is about using close air support, and operational integrity is about using tactical bombers. In practice, it really doesn't work that way, because all the trees have all kinds of different things, and there's some interesting and lively debate on the internet, well, about everything, about what tree is best. And it really does depend on a few things, but the most important thing is that you get fighter agility, and all the trees have it. I think they just come in at different places, but I'm pretty sure all of the trees do add fighter agility somewhere in them. So even a strategic bomber, air superiority, there you go, agility right here, multi-altitude flying. So fighters and heavy fighters get 10% agility, but I think 20%, oh, that's for close air support. Oh, maybe this tree doesn't add fighter agility. I mean, I might have missed it somewhere, but I don't think so. But I think this one did. If it doesn't, then we're just going to go strategic. Oh, right there. There you go. 10% fighter and heavy fighter agility. Threat destruction is the most fighter agility boost. Does it have another one? I don't think it does. All right, 20% air superiority, but that's not agility. You've got the 10% agility there. More air superiority. Yeah. I think it doesn't have any more agility than the other tree, but I think it's going to be okay. I think we'll take strategic, because I think it's going to work out for us. And we're going to start researching it now, because it's a big, long tree. It doesn't have a date requirement. We can use this to kill a little bit of time until we get to 38 and get the next level of electronic tech. What do we build now? We're still at 37. Actually, I probably should have done more civilian factories. I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We've still got lots of time. Getting a little bit more infrastructure will be good. But certainly at some point, we're going to want to develop the front a little bit. We may want to row forts in the Alps just to make sure we don't have to commit too many troops here. Just hold the line. And yeah, with a production, we can get more spies. Let me wait a little bit here. Again, the longer we delay the spy stuff, the more of an industrial base we're going to have. I'm happy to have thrown in some military factories, though, because getting that kicking up a little bit more is okay. All right, Algerian France is done. So now if we go industrial expansion, there you go. You can see Brittany, Algiers, Tlemcen, and one of the others in mainland France in here. They're all each getting 2 civilian factories. So this is going to do 8 civilian factories for us. Bam. So we waited a little longer. We threw in one extra thing. So we're delaying our science a little bit more, but we're getting way more bang for a buck. I think the idea of this, I think if you finish industrial expansion and then go back and invest, I don't think you get the factories. So you do have to decide how much you're going to commit at a risk of delaying something else. Look at Teller's comment. I don't know where it is. Bam, broken. Stay well. Gotta go. Monarchy law? Oh, can we do it? No. We'll get a pop-up when constitutional revision is done. We'll get a pop-up for it to let us know. It's going to be October. So we'll finish this, and then what we may do, depending on the timing of things, we may just make sure not to start a focus. No, I think we still have to go. I think we're still going to want to finish our tech route, even if it means delaying that. Spain requests aid. Though the political situation of Spain has long been unstable, it appears that the severity of the conflict has taken the Spanish government by surprise. They've requested any aid we can muster to help them in their fight against fascism, urge us not to dally too long in this critical time. It is doubtful whether the Republican government can win with the current civil war without outside assistance, and though the victory of a democratic Spain would be a desirable outcome, it is likely that providing this aid would encourage communist sympathizers in our own country. And say, they rely on us, and we must aid them even at our own risk, which costs us 50 political power, increase the popularity of communism, enables lend-lease, which I don't think we don't really have the equipment, and then give Spain some more support. Or we cannot risk our own political stability to aid them. The Carlists, though! Wait! Okay, slow down. Carlist uprising. I mean, they're almost certainly doomed. Now, out of curiosity... What? There's more stuff here. So this is still all pro-Spain, as opposed to the Carlists. Wait, to France? Huh? We're gonna send equipment to France? Then invite German Reich to the non-infringing committee. Listen, Germany. German calling it a vital step in the ending of violence in Spain. The German Reich has formally signed on to the non-infringing committee. Whether or not they actually honor its term remains to be seen. Is this really Germany promising not to send volunteers to nationalist Spain? That might be good. No reason to doubt them, do we? Mm-hmm. It gives us some stability to cost of war support. Sure. Did cost them some political power. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably not hit any more of those buttons, but I'm kind of interested about the invite Germany thing. We're going to go to pop-up to see if they, what comes of it? Something tells me we can trust this Hitler fella. He's got a great mustache. Germans are trustworthy. Of course, good old Hitler is trustworthy. Yeah. Unknown focus. Limited rearmament. Unknown focus. Transpolar flights. We got their purge. Look at this lovely patchwork going on here. It'll be interesting to see if Portugal also breaks. By the way, so Portugal's got a giant new tree over here. Focus tree. I mean, as does Spain. Now, Spain's is they've got this. And they've got tons of decisions and stuff with the Civil War. Lots of timed things, lots of ways to influence when it happens, how many troops each side has it. Is this whole other metagame. It's crazy. In this expansion, only these three nations got a new tree. It's both an aid and an insult. You're basically going to the Spanish to say you're sending aid to future France. Yeah, we are trying theoretically to decrypt German stuff. I don't know if any of this helps. Like, if we built a intel network, would it increase the rate at which we decode stuff? So yeah, propaganda, ideology, root out resistance, control trade, diplomatic pressure, and just build an intel network, which we're going to want to do at some point, but I think I kind of like the idea of not risking my agent right now. There are 4 Spains? There are 4 Spains! Currently, yes! One big cluster of a civil war. Alright, so you've started your faction. Congratulations. I'm sure that's going to work out real well for you there, Poland. You didn't want to be part of the Allies anyway. I mean, that would be crazy. It's going to work out well. We'll finish this right around the time, maybe a little bit after, we finish constitutional revision. Although, again, research slot before government change. That just went away. Have to make a decision. Mexican junta. Yeah, Mexican Civil War. That's something that's basically unavoidable. In fact, maybe a couple of different things. We'll see how that shakes out. In our Italy game, was it Yeah, Mexico was going like crazy all over the place and like eating everyone, right? Pretty sure they were doing that. October of 37. It's kind of yeah. We'll just grab the radar tech right now. We don't necessarily need it right now, but we don't really need everything else, and some of the date things a little bit awkward. I would love to be researching land doctrines right now, but not with a 75% speed penalty. So it's 4 times expensive for us to research that. Okay, industrial expansion is done. Now we could swing over here, repeal the law of exile, which removes our disjointed government thing and gives us a political power back right away, into proclaim the Third Empire. So we get Napoleon to come over. But we've got our tech slot right here. I'm getting the tech slot first. And then we'll focus on some politics again. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Because, I mean, this is going to be a 33% boost to our research rate. That is a huge percentage. We can get another tech slot over there as well, by the way. Oops, wrong screen. Right over here, we can get another one. But we need to get colonial industry, and we may want to do the full, like, colonial investment stuff. We'll have to decide whether we do that or not. But we can delay this. It's a little more expensive, and, well, it's still a big boost, because it's still a 25% boost at that point, but less of a thing. We can, in fact, expand our rubber, which we're going to do. Although I keep spending political power. You know what would also be good? Manpower. We'll see. All right, still a bit behind over here. Are you building in place of the free slots were? Because if you were, you might not have gotten those free factories. I guess that's a point. I'm not sure. What I will do, actually, I will bring this down in general. We can reevaluate some things. That's a good point, but it's probably fine. I think I'd queued up my production before the slots. Yeah, I would have had to make sure of that. Soviet units in Spain. There's German units over here. I can't believe they would lie about that. They said they wouldn't send troops, and yet here they are. I don't know. The more I hear about this Hitler guy, the more I kind of don't like him. Oh yeah, and Gibraltar like went away like instantly. I think Spain demanded it, and the UK was like, sure, fine. Speed 5. Oh, okay. So those did finish up. You have a little more time. We don't have the radar yet. I'm gonna go in there. Okay, more military factories. Oh, free military factories as well. Line of close air support. I'm going to line in naval bombers as well. Slowly but surely. Can you play as Spain and never advance the focus tree? If that, no civil war? No, I think the way it works in Spain, I think they have like a time decision that starts with a civil war countdown more or less right away. And the focus tree is about like delaying some of it and giving you more strength. Like, see, at the start of the Civil War, you would get more stuff. I think the Civil War is inevitable. And if you don't do anything, it's just going to tick and you're just going to lose. Yeah, we're going to get this, and then if we do just go down the political tech tree, we can grab the, what is it, the Revenge for Waterloo? What's it called? God, this tree is so big. Avenge Waterloo, which will give us a annex war goal against Belgium, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. Which we'll have to see how that goes. Meanwhile, what's Germany going to do? It's so massive. All right, Grande École. Excellent. Bonus research slot. Very good. Yeah, we're going to repeal the law of exile, so our monarchists can come home. What's the decision available? Invite Poland. Oh, yeah, I don't care about the non-intervention. Oops, I didn't mean to shrink you necessarily. Just want to make sure you do that. It is 38, so we're going to go and grab the computing machine with a brand new research slot. Timed that out almost very nicely there. Could be worse. I have to naval invade Britain since I joined Axis. My current run as Russia. Wait, current run as Russia? Join the Axis? Oh, not the Soviets. Oh, so you did a civil war. See, I still haven't done that. I keep talking about it. One day, I'll do Russia or Soviet Union into Russia into something. Belgians are lined up on the border with France. I don't know what they're so nervous about. France just beaten Wales in the Six Nations. Sad times a Welshman, but happy to cheer a quill on France. Holy Four stream. The anarchists win, do they disband the government? Well, they have governments or like, you know, just a series of committees and things. They've got a cool name. Even their political advisors, which I guess we can't see. I don't know if there's ever any way to see that. The political advisors aren't like individual advisors, right? It's not like, so for us, for example, right, I can appoint, you know, Marcel Boucard or whatever. There, it's just like, you know, committee for infantry attacking or some damn thing like that. Ground support, interception detection. I think we're going to want this, because we are definitely going to have to intercept German planes, so we're going to want to bombard our forts over here. Huge number of political advisors. Right, but a lot of these are grayed out. So you need various government things. There's also... here, yeah, Charles de Gaulle as a blitzkrieg theorist over here. It only costs you 75, but he's locked behind a policy. Civilian factories, military factories. Anti-air guns here, which is probably fine. We may want a few there. Okay, I'm going to start, just because I don't know what Italy's going to do. We're going to get at least a level 1 fort on our border here. I don't know if we'll invest more than that. I think my idea is like, and over here, push, and then maybe build some forts here. We could probably just push. Use some civilian factories for spies. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll get more spy stuff. 38, we can get these, so let's do that. Let's get at least one passive defense, so we don't have to keep someone on defense. We can consider, you know, throwing them out there. And if we can get up to 5 total things, we can get a second spy. Fuel refinery 2 is done. We can't get the next level right now. We're still accruing. We may want to start trading for fuel. Now that we have more civilian factories, we can afford to trade a bit. It would be nice to have a little bit more saved up before the war starts. We're doing that. I mean, I could grab the ground support, but I don't think that's as important. We're not going to work on naval doctrine stuff yet. Land doctrine stuff is still too expensive for us. That's a no-go. Unless we want to get the heavy tank, that's a no-go. I do want the logistics company at some point. No, we'll just grab the new weapons over here. I think that's going to be handy. Yeah, I don't know about the heavy tank production yet is the problem, but it would be kind of nice to do. Now, what are our deficits looking like now? Still huge deficit in infantry equipment, although accruing, but if we're going to want to deploy troops, yeah, we need to embiggen this a little bit more. Get a few of those planned to come out. And really, we are going to want more of our division coloniale, or our little rooks over here, just to pad out these troops a bit more, some extra frontline stuff. We're also going to want to redesign our divisions to be maybe the 20 width instead of 18, maybe add some support companies. We have some support equipment. Actually, I probably need to, yeah, I need to add some extra support equipment lines. Let's bring that up a bit, because as we add more support companies, it's going to get hammered a little bit. Yeah, the heavies and anti-tank could happen. In this last 15 minutes, the engine still exists. It does for now, although hopefully we can do something about that soon. Ideally before the world tension gets high. God, the Civil War. I have a feeling it's going to be a long Civil War this time. Sometimes it's over quick, but there's no indication that it's reaching an end yet. We can dismantle the Maginot Line. I'm going to say no to that. I know, it's like, it's weird that we are not deciding to dismantle the Maginot Line, but I'm going to go for it. So there's a little passive defense. Oh, we can get more decryption power. We get another level. What's the difference having an extra level versus having more decryption power? So, I mean, I'm assuming decryption power per day is just the speed. The level, does it open up more? I wonder if it opens up, like, more things to do here. Commando Training. This gives us more recruitment choices. And increased rate at getting, like, enemy nationality recruitment chances. Actually, that would be nice. Let's do that. It's going to cost 10 for 30 days. But yeah, we might be able to start getting some Germans. I guess counterintelligence coming up on 3. We're accruing. Repeal the law of exile. So now the monarchs can return to France. And we get to choose which one. And yeah, we're totally going to get Napoleon the 6th. We're going to get the Bonapartist back in here. France will be known as France. I thought that turned into the French Empire. That's what it did in my other run. I wonder if I should have restarted the game before playing. Proclaim the Third Empire. Third Empire versus Third Reich. I like it. Boom. Yeah, the first 5 Napoleons didn't work out, but this one did. Na-na-na. All right. And why are we still French? Instead of French Empire. Because we haven't actually proclaimed the Third Empire yet. Maybe we have to let the policy get through. I'm just saying. We did get a bunch of points, which is nice. I don't think we can change our manpower laws yet. No, we can't. Because we're not fascist, communist, and there's not enough war support, world tension, different things. Well, I guess world tension doesn't factor in there. We don't have enough war support to do that. We can't change the mobilization laws either. I think what we're going to do is grab the silent workhorse for more political power gain. Pretty good priority. I think that's going to be okay. Spy is still in defense. Yes, sir. Nationalist Spain's want docking right. I'm going to say no. Well, yeah, we might start sending you to Belgium. The interesting thing about it is if you start getting... So let's say we send you to Belgium. Because I think as the strength increases, it'll actually reduce the max entrenchment and things that people can have. Because effectively we know where they're going to be, so we get to counter their defenses. I'm going to get some radar stations. In these 3 over here. I'm really worried about German bombers being really huge pains in the ass. So we'll just get them in position. And then, sure, more military. Careful about invading Russia. The Bonapartes, they had bad luck with that in the past. Yeah, well, they also had bad luck in Waterloo, which is in Belgium, right? I don't know where. It's not on the map. But yeah, we're gonna avenge Waterloo. Localized training centers. Okay, we may as well keep going. We want to get up to 5 so we can get a second agent. So these are percentage strength. Okay. Which are all very good. And they don't, like, unlock a new feature. So I'm like, do we want to focus on things that might unlock new features? So that was that. I think that's about it. I think we will get the radio interception group. I think we'll be happy to have more decryption stuff. What does a spy master do? So yeah, if you are... You need a certain number of stuff, but you can trigger this. I think you become the spy master for your faction. And then you control more operatives where the amount depends on the size of your faction. There can only be 1 spy master per faction. If your faction already has one, they must accept for you to take over. But presumably there's not. I should just become the spy master, right? Let's do it. It's only political power. Holy crap. What? Okay, so it unlocks 1 slot per day, but we're gonna have so many spies. The allies, so it doesn't count like puppets, but it does count like colonial nations. So it's based on the size of the faction. The allies have a lot of people in it. So I mean, Canada, Australia, Raj, these all count as the size of the allies. Okay, not so Anschlussy. Now, that raises the world tension, which I'm not entirely eager about, because I really want to be able to take both Belgium and Netherlands without having an ally guarantee. Yeah, also the decolonized nations. That's true. These are probably all in the allies. And they're just a dominion, so I think they are counted. Yeah, I think because of the British choice, I think we have way more spy slots than you would even normally have, which is great. Okay, hold on. We have many buttons to hit. So, there's extra sections for our spy stuff. Now, I actually don't know Does this just enable me to recruit from here? I think that's probably it. But you can see I can recruit on the map, so I can hit this. Boom. So now, in our pool of possible spies, there should be a German. And I think this is on a cooldown. I don't think it costs us any political power. I think just as something that's going to come up from time to time, the ability to recruit a Ferengi. I'm going to disable this for now. Well, leave that on. I'll manually do this. I don't know if it's going to... if there's like a hidden thing to recruit someone else. But there you go. So when we do get our slot, which is opening in just a few days, right here, we should be able to recruit a German. All right, there you go. Decryption level. So the first one is 25. The second one's only an extra 10, which is nice if you want to focus on it, but I don't know if we need to so much. If our spies do get captured, we'll have our suicide pills for them. Yeah, let's get some suicide pills. Not that we need extra slots, but what the hell, right? Waterloo's about 15 kilometers south of Brussels. Ah, okay, good to know. So it might be effectively in the same, the same province. Ooh, German, English, and Yugoslavian. What are you? You're a double agent. Has turned from the enemy into our service. Unless they're secretly a triple agent. Dun dun dun! Alright, go spy on Germany. Let me know what they're up to. Yeah, Germany attacking Austria. I don't know if they tried to Anschluss and Austria just said, no. You even back down to France, you loser. And they're like, oh yeah, well, we'll show you. And then here we are. War prop against the Germans. We will do that. Our war... well, we don't have enough war support yet to change... Yeah, okay, we'll do some war propaganda, because I can't change my conscription laws right now. We have to get this number up a little bit. Proclaim the Third Empire. There we go. Alright, I was so confused. Now we are officially the French Empire once again. Over here, we've got Napoleon the Sixth in charge. Parti Bonapartiste. We only have 25% support, but we'll probably be able to improve that over time. Ha. You guys, we have to avenge Waterloo, right? The history of Napoleon I will forever be defined by his greatest defeat. If we want to succeed, we must show that we can win where he has lost. Vive la France! Might be a little late. Again, we had to make some hard decisions. We could have done this sooner, but without a science slot? Oof. I kind of do wish we hadn't spent the 35 days on the Spanish thing, although I am happy that we finally found out, what the heck it did. Napoleon VI claims the throne of France. In a ceremony in Paris, Napoleon VI has officially been proclaimed Emperor of the French. His rise is widely considered a direct result of his inability of the Third Republic provides political stability in an environment that was increasingly defined by violent clashes between those on the extreme ends of the political spectrum. He now faces the difficult task of rebuilding and reuniting a deeply divided country, with many observers pointing to the role of the far-right leagues played in the ascent to power as a sign that the Emperor of the French is in fact merely a ruler by the grace of the right-wing mob. Pfft, he's a ruler by the grace of the Twitch mob. Long live Napoleon VI. Napoleon 2.0 Electric Boogaloo. As long as the Netherlands is being treated right, do with Belgium what you wish. Alright, no protections. Or no guarantees. Not yet. I mean, democracies can only guarantee, I think, 25%. So we're going to start the war here. I think we'll still be below 25%, but it really is going to depend on what everyone else in the world is doing. Gonna be a big question mark there. I mean, we should research anti-tank. Or... F it. Heavy tank destroyer. Well, it's going to take you at least probably a year and a half if you do rush it, because you still have to wait a year for the revision of the Constitution to finish. So it's not like you can do super mega fast. That's still too expensive. That I'm fine with. We are going to need Marines. Let's say just get some excavation right now. We do produce a fair amount of things. We could probably open ourselves up to a bit more trade export. I think I'm okay with the level excavation. Oh, right, but before the war started, I was going to do some trading. I completely forgot, for some oil, so we can stockpile some stuff. So, the Soviets we don't need any convoys for. We just do overland, which is kind of nice. We'll buy... Do we get... I don't remember... It'd be nice to see what our current, like, production value is. Are we still just at 8? No, we've got some other modifiers. I actually don't know how much oil that's going to do. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll do the 32. We'll see what this says. So we're producing 1.8 per day. Air-wise, our maximum consumption is 1.4. Army is 3. So this is still not going to be enough to sustain us while everything is going. But right now, it's just 150 days. Well, we can start the war before then. So we want to be capped before. I think I'm going to go all the way up to 64. So it'll cut this in half for capping out. And it'll give us maybe enough to support the actual, like, constant war. Suicide pills are done. Woo!